Welcome to Soundtrap for Education. I'm Taylor, and I'm going to walk you through 5 important steps to take to ensure you and your students have a fantastic experience creating music and podcasts with Soundtrap. The most important thing to do first is to give your students access to Soundtrap. There are a few ways to create those student accounts. In most cases, it's best to use your LMS to create accounts. These allow you full control and enable bulk import. Once you've logged in, click on Administration and then Import Users to access this menu. If you're using Google Classroom, you can click here, sign in, and import your rosters. This will also make group organization and sharing assignments via Google Classroom super easy. Adding students via the G Suite console will follow a similar process. If you choose to integrate with Google, students will just log into Soundtrap using the Login with Google option, using their Google credentials that they're already accustomed to using. If you're using Canvas, click here and follow the instructions, which will include logging into Canvas and adding the key and secret that is provided for you here. You may want to check out the Soundtrap for Education YouTube channel and help articles for more support on the Canvas integration. If you're using Schoology as your LMS, you'll want to check out our Soundtrap for Education YouTube channel or support articles to learn the finer points of the Schoology integration. In rare cases, you may need to create an account for a single student or teacher. You can simply enter their email and a temporary password here. They will receive an email with instructions and will be prompted to change their password upon logging in. Finally, you may choose to do a bulk upload of your rosters with a CSV file. You can do that here, and just make sure to check your formatting. While these methods are the most secure way to add students to your Soundtrap school account, in some cases, you may need to use the invite code or invite link method. Keep in mind that this method is not allowed by default. Only account owners have the ability to allow student registration with invite links and codes. Once the owner of your account has allowed student registration with invite links and codes, you can click Import Users and you'll see this. Here you can choose which group you want to invite students to join and share the invite link. When the student follows your link, they'll see something like this, and they'll be able to create their account and set their password. Voila, they're in. It's important to understand that group codes must be activated in order for students to be able to use them to join. This activation requirement increases the security of your Soundtrap groups. You can choose to activate the code for either 60 minutes or 30 days. You should also know that as soon as students have registered and created their accounts via LMS, they can join groups using group invite codes, even if the account owner has not enabled the codes to be used for registration. Everyone can use group invite codes by default. Do a quick celebration if you've made it this far. You've just given your students a powerful tool for creation and expression. Next up is learning about groups. Groups are Soundtrap's way of organizing students. You might put each of your class periods in a group, or you may organize students into groups by grade level or instrument type, or a combination of all of these. One student can be in multiple groups, which allows you to organize students as you see fit. The most important thing to remember is that all users must be in the same group to collaborate, which includes you. That means you need to be in the same group as any student you wish to collaborate with or share an assignment with. You can create new groups, manage, and message from the groups page and the users page. Once you've added students and organized your groups, you should give your students something to do in Soundtrap. Assignments are a great way to create projects with students while staying organized. You can create an assignment by clicking here, and you can choose to share an empty project with your students or share an existing project. Creating an assignment will create a copy for each student when they click the link, put all those copies in a folder, and automatically make you a collaborator. You have 4 different ways you can share this assignment. Most commonly, you can just click share using link and send it to your students however you prefer. I encourage you to share an assignment with your students now so they can start creating immediately. I've seen that the most successful teachers start using Soundtrap with their students right away. If you're looking for help with your first few projects, we've got you covered with an amazing set of resources in the EDU portal. This is where you can find a live event coming up soon. Our team hosts training webinars and a monthly heart-to-heart where the Soundtrap for Education community shares their work and experiences while encouraging and supporting each other. We love to amplify the work of our community and education leaders. We've teamed up with some incredible educators to bring you engaging content through our recent Soundtrap summits. You can watch the videos, see the sketch notes, and get professional development certificates. We have student resources, including a free student course, teacher resources, including lesson plans, inspiration, and our 3 levels of Soundtrap Certified Educator courses. We want you to have everything you need to create meaningful, creative learning experiences with your students. The final step in the beginning of your Soundtrap journey is to join our community of educators in the Soundtrap for Education Facebook group. Here you will find a dedicated group of educators sharing best practices, inspiring work examples, and connecting with each other from all around the world. We'd love to see you there and hope to support you in becoming a more creative, collaborative educator. Welcome to Soundtrap for Education.